All right, everybody, get ready because today we're taking a deep dive into the world of Dogecoin. And specifically, we're looking at the moment Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks decided to, well, embrace it, let's say.
It's an interesting story.
It really is. And we've got a great piece here from Benzinga that lays it all out. So if you're ready, let's jump in.
I think what makes the Cuban Dogecoin connection so fascinating is that Cuban isn't just some, bored billionaire throwing money at the latest fad.
Right.
He's been into crypto for a while, been pretty vocal about it.
Oh, yeah.
And his support for Dogecoin, specifically remember those Doge offs he had with Elon Musk on Twitter.
Oh, absolutely. Those were great. Like, those two are like the friends who would rope you into trying something just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you're right. With Cuban, it's not just hype. The guy knows business. He's got a knack for spotting opportunities, and he doesn't shy away from a gamble.
And that's what made it so interesting when the Mavericks, his NBA team, announced they were going to start accepting Dogecoin.
This was back in March 2021, right?
Yeah, March 2021, they said they'd accept Dogecoin for tickets, merchandise, the whole 9 yards.
I mean, think about it. One of the first major sports teams to really dive into the crypto world, and they picked Dogecoin. Bold move.
It was a calculated risk for sure.
And it got people talking, that's for certain.
Oh, absolutely. Tons of headlines.
But it wasn't just a publicity stunt, right? I mean, they actually raked it in.
First month alone, the Mavericks pulled in $122,000 in Dogecoin sales.
Wow, that's like selling out a whole section of the arena just in Doge. It really makes you wonder, what if you had followed Cuban's lead back then?
Let's say you had a cool $1,000 ready to invest that day back in March 2021. Dogecoin was trading around 5 cents. Your $1,000 would have netted you about 20,000 Dogecoin.
Okay, so far so good. But then Dogecoin went on a bit of a ride, didn't it?
Oh yeah, a couple of months later, it hit its all-time high.
That's what everyone's thinking about, right? Almost 74 cents per Dogecoin.
If you had timed that peak perfectly, that $20,000 would have been worth almost $15,000.
Talk about a slam dunk. But, and this is a big but, Dogecoin is known for being a bit volatile, right?
Absolutely. Up one day, down the next.
Kind of a roller coaster.
Exactly.
So while early adoption can lead to incredible gains, you got to be ready for the downs as well.
Absolutely. What goes up? Got to come down sometime.
So where are we now?
Well, today, as we're talking, Dogecoin is trading around 12 cents.
So still up from that initial 5-cent investment.
Oh yeah, your $1,000 would be worth a bit over $2,000.
Still not too shabby. But it does make you think, there's got to be more to the Dogecoin story than just the price fluctuations, right?
Yeah, I mean, at its core, Dogecoin kind of embodies this weird intersection of internet culture and finance.
Yeah, for sure.
It started as a joke, right?
Right.
Like a way to poke fun at Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And the whole cryptocurrency craze back then.
Yeah, it's like the internet decided to make its own currency.
Yeah.
Shiba Inu mascot and all.
Right, exactly. But then the funny thing happened. It didn't just fade away.
It didn't.
It tapped into something, this whole community sprang up around it.
It's a pretty passionate community, too.
Oh, incredibly passionate.
I remember a while back they all chipped in to sponsor a NASCAR driver.
They did. And they've done a ton of fundraising for charities. The Dogecoin Foundation, which is completely volunteer-run, by the way.
Yeah, really? I didn't realize that.
They even partnered with Vitalik Buterin.
As in the Ethereum co-founder.
The one and only.
That's impressive.
They're working on making Dogecoin more efficient, easier to use, the whole deal.
So there's actually some serious development happening behind the scenes.
There really is.
Okay, so maybe there's more to Dogecoin than meets the eye. It's not just about the price going up and down. It's about this whole community and what they're doing with it.
Absolutely. It challenges the whole perception of what a cryptocurrency can be.
And what about the co-founders? How did they feel about the Mavericks move?
Well, when the announcement dropped, Billy Marcus, he's one of the Dogecoin co-founders, he actually tweeted about it.
Oh, yeah. What did you say?
He was really happy to see Dogecoin being used for real-world transactions, saw it as a step towards making Dogecoin more legitimate.
I mean, this was before you could buy a Tesla with Bitcoin or anything.
Exactly. So this was a really big deal back then.
Like the Mavericks and Mark Cuban, maybe without meaning to, gave Dogecoin a chance to prove itself.
Right, to show that it could be used for more than just online trading.
Yeah, more than just speculation. So we've gone from memes to the Mavericks, speculation to real-world use cases. But the big question remains, what does the future hold for Dogecoin? That's the million-dollar question, right? Nobody knows for sure.
Predicting the future is hard enough, let alone the future of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, talk about a volatile market.
Exactly. But Dogecoin has definitely shown it can roll with the punches. Think back to that whole meme stock frenzy a couple years ago.
Oh, man, that was wild.
Some of those stocks went through the roof, crashed and burned just as fast.
Yeah, it was like the Wild West out there.
Exactly. And a lot of those meme stocks didn't survive.
But Dogecoin did.
Dogecoin weathered the storm, even went through that crypto winter.
Oh, yeah, when everything tanked.
It wasn't pretty.
Definitely not the time to check your portfolio.
Nope, not unless you had nerves of steel.
But Dogecoin is still here.
Still kicking.
And it has some big names in its corner.
Oh, for sure. You've got Mark Cuban, the Dallas Mavericks. That kind of support lends a lot of legitimacy.
It definitely does. Makes you wonder if maybe, just maybe, Dogecoin's real strength is its community.
I think you might be onto something. They're the ones who've kept it going, kept it fun, kept finding new ways to use it.
Yeah, they always seem to be up to something.
They use it for tipping creators online, like a digital thank you. They've even organized fundraisers with it for disaster relief, helping families.
Wow, that's incredible. They're proving that Dogecoin can have real-world value, even if the price is all over the place.
They're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk.
So where does that leave us? What's the final verdict on Dogecoin?
Honestly, it's still up in the air. The price is still volatile. There are still questions about its long-term viability as a currency.
So it's a gamble.
In a way, every investment is a gamble, right?
True enough.
But I think the Dogecoin story, it's about more than just the money. It's a fascinating look at the power of online communities, the allure of memes, this whole evolving world of digital currencies.
Well said. That just about wraps up our deep dive into Dogecoin, everyone. From memes to the Mavericks, speculation to real-world use cases, it's been quite a ride. Whatever you take away from this deep dive, we hope you enjoyed it. Keep those questions coming, and as always, happy diving.